In this lesson, we're going to do high block from a sitting stance. So again, if you're in a sitting stance like this, feet double shoulder width apart, looking forward from here, high block. You're going to bring this hand, the blocking hand, in, touch your shoulder, other hand is coming up like this. From this position here, you're going to shoot the block up and over in front of your head like this. Other hand is going to come back tight. And again, remember, the non-blocking hand shouldn't be sitting down here at the hip. It should be cocked and loaded up tight like this. When you do a high block, there are a few things that you have to remember. The block is at an angle, okay? Never block like this with a high block. If you block with a straight arm this way, or with the arm parallel to the ground, what's going to happen is you're going to take the full force of whatever attack is coming at you. So you can imagine somebody's trying to hit you in the head, or somebody's trying to hit you on top of the head. You're protecting against that with the high block. If you block with your hand like this, you're going to take the full force of that impact, and we don't want to do that. So always block with your arm at an angle. It should always be at an angle, like 45 degrees almost. It doesn't have to be quite that much, but it should always be at an angle so that when the attack comes, it deflects off to the side and you take a lot of the power out of the attack. So again, if you're looking at it from the side, again, from here, bring your arm in, make a fist, like you're touching your shoulder here, this hand up, and then sliding this arm up, sliding this arm down, and then like this. So again, this hand is back, high and tight. This arm is up, it's at an angle, it's not parallel to the ground, it should be up at an angle. And make sure that you have it high enough, but also not too high. So there is such a thing as having your block up so high that somebody can now come in underneath and get you from there. So it should be just above your head, like this, and it should be at an angle to stop these downward attacks, but it should never be like this, and it should never be so low down that you're not protecting the top of your head. So it has to be up above your head to be useful, and it has to be at an angle to take the sting out of any kind of attack that's going to come at you. So that's very, very important with high block. I see a lot of students doing high block wrong. If you train at any club, the instructor will probably come over and hit you on top of the head with one of the training pads if your high block is not in the right spot, and you'll know pretty quickly that your high block is not in the right spot. Another problem is make sure that your arm is not drifting out like this. It has to be in here, almost like your ear is touching the side of your arm, very, very close, right? This should be very snug right in here. Right? It doesn't have to touch, but it should be close. If this arm starts to drift too far out, then once again, you've got the same problem. You're not blocking anything. So let's practice high block in sitting stance. Okay, so by count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, here 4. Again, looking at that from the side, same thing. By count,